look for tellable stories that are physically tellable, and from a plot point of view, that which is at least pliable.
Like,
It was wild, man.
Like, how is it being like? Did you nature nurture and shit kind of molds you, right? Like, did you grab anything from each of these places that kind of like?
I grabbed a lot from everything. I grabbed more peace in the Netherlands, right? In the Netherlands, everyone is like so peaceful, and they really don't give an F about like anything, because I don't think it's because weed is legal, but just everything is legal.
Yeah.
I remember going to school and like a dude buying mushrooms
just
in a vending machine.
No, for real?
In the vending machine.
They just sold mushrooms?
And yeah, it turned into a vending machine. I remember at my school there was a smoking section.
It really is like Lord of the Rings then.
Yeah, it's a smoking section. There's like people just smoking in high school. They had a section to smoke.
Wow.
Literally, you could smoke. People wearing hats in school and stuff like that. So it was an international school.
So it sounded like they didn't encroach on what you wanted to do. Like,
no, it was very like freedom. I remember one time I was at a party and this guy goes, the cops are coming. If you're not of age, get out. And everybody's like, it's 16. We can drink. And everybody's like, all right, we're fine. Keep it going. so it was just like that. And like
16, you could drink? Yeah,
people
I would have been. Well, I was drinking anyway.
People were drinking 15. People were they're very expressive of who they are. Like people were very just either sexually, there's like their sexualization was more open. Like you'll see a girl like butt naked on a billboard.
Yeah.
As you're driving by.
And they weren't being like that.
They weren't being weird. That wasn't taboo to them. Or this dude told me in the Netherlands, old guy, and it was like black people are like exotic, right? Exotic meaning that this old dude told me like during the war they put all the black dudes on the front line, right? Which is effed up. But when they saw black people, that's when they knew they were like. That's when they knew they were free. Like that's when they knew like the Americans are there. But when they saw these black dudes, they saw these giant afros, they saw this slang, this twang, and they were just banging all the European girls.
Yeah.
So there's all these swirly people that are out there. You'll see some chick with like green eyes but black features, or like everything else.
Dope fro.
Right. So like they're like just beautiful people, but they appreciate like Americans. So like when people think of black Americans, they think of the influence. They think of like culture.
Yeah.
Like every group of set of black people, where they're from, they have a flag, right? You're from Haiti, you got a Haitian flag, whatever else. But black Americans, we don't have a flag.
Yeah.
Our flag is the culture. Our flag is like what we influence. Everything else. We're the smallest group of black people in the world with the loudest voice.
Yeah.
So when people walking up to me, it's like, "Oh, you're from Florida? What's Disney World like? Oh, what's plot?"
That's a super interesting point that I never thought about.
Yeah.
Like the melting pot of African Americans in America. Like if that makes sense. Like
it is. It's just like
the cultural melt.
Pan-African, everything else. So wherever you're from, I get it. Like when I was in London, they're asking like, "Where are you from?" I'm from Florida.
Yeah.
No, where are your people from? North Carolina. No, where are they from?
Yeah.
I said, what type? They're just trying to ask me like, "What are you guys?" I was like, I don't know. We're like, cotton picking slave, I guess. Like I don't.
Just go and keep going.
I don't know. We don't know where we're from.
Years.
Right. We don't know where we're from.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like even though we don't know where proper Africa that we're from or whatever, it's like black people just identify with our skin pigment.
Yeah.
You're black. So it's hard.
America is kind of like that though.
Like, it really is like
it's
that.
It's like black, white, Mexican.
Black, white, Mexican. Yeah. But it was cool like being in London because people know exactly where they're from. Like I'm from Guyana. I'm from this. I'm from that. Oh, that's cool. But here it's just like we're all black.
Yeah.
We cheer for anybody that looks like us.
Yeah.
So in the Netherlands, it was just like you're black Americans. So it's just like you go into a club and a girl walking up to you, she's like, "You're a black American." I said, "No, I'm from like Canada." No, you're not. I was like, no, the pants, the swag. You are black.
Yeah.
You are real black. I'm like, what? I'm
like
real black. I was like, real black, and it was just like the girls were like on you, So like when I got to America, I was just
exotic
like,
thing.
I was just like I wasn't really sweating anything because. Like when people was like, I've seen the most beautifulest women in the world since I was in high school.
Yeah.
Since I was young. And they were approaching you. And a lot of like...
And you come over here, you get some a hard 3.
Well, it was different
acting
because
like a 9.
there
Like,
was
get the fuck out of here. You fucking. You know what I was just dealing with?
there's prostitution's legal in the Netherlands, right?
Oh, really?
It is. So you can go, like, you heard of the red light district and everything where Ludacris talked about.
Oh, is that over there?
That's the original was in the Netherlands,
okay.
right? So in high school, we would go out there and stuff like that. And it was just like a lot of the girls, women felt like, from what I understand, this woman told me, she goes, they didn't like for you to pay for things on dates because you could pay for a prostitute.
Oh.
So when
that
I was
makes
going
sense.
in the Netherlands, chicks were taking me out on dates, chicks were picking me up
need to
and
go
stuff
to-
like that. Or you go your
need to
way,
go to
I go
Mordor
my
over
way,
there.
we'll go in Dutch.
Yeah. Ah, that makes sense. 50-50.
Right. So it's just like when I got here, I was like, when the chick asked me out, I was like, all right, cool. I was like, what? Why the freak you not paying for this
Came with no
Disney?
money.
Right. What do you mean you came with no money? You're taking me out. I was like, you asked me out on the date. But it was like the culture shock of just like being in the Netherlands of just like women being very aggressive. Meaning like
Yeah.
how the dudes were hollering at chicks, that's how girls were walking up. Like I'd be at a theme park and this girl walk up, hey, hi, let's date now.
And if you goof her, she's like, yo, fuck you anyway, my man.
So one time some girl talked to me, I was at a phone party dancing, and she was a bartender. She goes, "You're Black American. I thought you're very like aggressive, cool hip hop. But you just sit, you look at me, you smile, but you don't get my number. Like, get away." I was like, she said, "No, I don't want you to get my number." I was like, "Would you just come over here to yell at me?"
She was like, is this a man?
She's like, "Yeah, come. Like I was waiting for you. Like now I don't want." I was like, "Well, freak." And she's like, "Okay, let's try it again." I was like, "Try it again." So,
that's mad.
so it's just
That's
like
bad.
they're like
I
the.
wish it was like that out here.
Well, I mean, it's just like you think about the wild, man. Most female animals put out a scent to let somebody know,
Yeah.
But here it's just like, shoot, Nala got Simba. He wasn't out there looking for her. He was
Yeah.
with his boys, shooting up heroin.
Doing dope under
He
the
was just chilling,
with hyenas chill.
chilling. So that whole scenario, being in the Netherlands, it opened my mind up to just understanding that you're special,
Yeah.
right? Like in America, black dude, you might feel, like frick, everybody's, it's like what the cops. You think about all this other stuff. There's a reason why a lot of people just move to Europe. There's a
Yeah.
lot of just black dudes that after they got in the military, they stayed in France.
Yeah.
They stayed
it
in
feels
everything
better,
else.
right?
These just black dudes loved around the world.
Yeah.